Hey horror fans, Board now back with you. And today we encourage you to get around your campfires, maybe get your s'mores out, and maybe a sharp object just in case, because I am going to be starting on yet another one of the big horror franchises. It's the Friday the 13th franchise with the original movie from 1980, directed by Sean Cunningham, written by Victor Miller. Just 550,000 the budget, which is pretty amazing when you think of today. You've got the likes of Betsy Palmer, a very young Kevin Bacon in the cast. It was his debut film. Andrea King, Harry Crosby, Laurie Beltram, and Ari Luman as the original Jason Voorhees. And join me today. I thought she'd be the perfect co-host for this one because it's one of her favourite franchises. And that is Lady Shasha. Hey.
Hi.
Welcome.
I have to show you how much is my favorite, because I have this box set from back in the day. You could tell it's back in the day because look at the price of that, $39.
Yeah.
Nowadays you would not get this for $39, but it's pretty cool.
Very true.
This one is the original one that only goes up to Jason Takes Manhattan, I believe. And then I have a separate one. Yeah.
And it has a killer. Mine goes up to as well, I think.
It has a killer extras DVD that has like behind the scenes information.
Okay.
And that talks about how Sean S. Cunningham studied Halloween like over and over and over again. But I think he studied another movie that he never really mentions, but I see it all over the writing, and that's Psycho. Because when you think about it, in Psycho, you have a son who thinks he hears his mother, and in Friday the 13th, you have a mother who thinks she hears her son, directing her to do these things. So and also the musical score, those violin orchestral score, it sounds very similar. Not similar, but like the same sort of music as Psycho. But that was never mentioned. Only Halloween was mentioned. And then, I have a funny story about Halloween that I just recently found out that also connects to Friday the 13th. Sean S. Cunningham studied Halloween a lot because he wanted to pretty much do a similar thing, but he said it at a summer camp. John Carpenter apparently got the kind of impetus to do Halloween from
Bob Clark.
Thank you. Bob Clark wanted to do a sequel to Black Christmas, and he was having this conversation with John Carpenter. He said, I'm not going to get a chance to do the sequel, but if I got a chance to do the sequel, what I would do is have him get caught and then escape from a mental institution, and I would call it Halloween. And so John Carpenter said, well, I have a chance to do it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. So if not for Black Christmas, we wouldn't have Halloween, and without Black Christmas and Halloween, we wouldn't have Friday the 13th.
Why is this one of your favorite franchises? What stands out about it as a franchise?
It's just fun. I mean, it's just fun to me. I like various kills. I know that might seem really basic, but I like that, and I'm a fan of practical effects. And I believe Tom Savini worked on the first Friday the 13th. And he didn't come back for the second one, unfortunately, because he didn't understand how they can make a second one since the killer was decapitated. And his effects have always fascinated me. And I just love practical effects. I love the artistry behind practical effects. And I think that's one of the main things I love about slasher horror. I also kind of like the atmosphere of a summer camp, probably because I never went to summer camp. There wasn't much of a reason for me to go to summer camp because where I grew up in Connecticut was kind of rural. Like, if I told my parents, I want to go to summer camp, they'd be like, camp, just go to the woods in the backyard.
Partly where the horror comes from, something familiar like that.
And I think it also functioned as like a summertime babysitter for parents because they don't want their kids, if their kids are too young to be home alone, unattended, they could send them to summer camp for several weeks. And then it's kind of, they are, attended to during that time period, and the parents can keep working and everything.
What are some of your early memories of it, seeing it for the first time?
I caught it on cable TV. I didn't know, what it was going to be like. I just saw Friday the 13th and I started watching it. No, actually, let me backtrack. I think I might have seen it not on cable TV, on regular TV, and it was edited. and I didn't realize it was edited till I rewatched it on cable TV, like on HBO, and I saw it unedited, and that's when I was like, "Wow, this is even better than than I thought it was going to be." And so I would seek these out. I would back in those days. This is pre internet being available to everyone,
Yeah.
so we would have something called the TV Guide, which was like a little periodical that they would publish, and you would look and see when you would flip through, and it would tell you what's going to be played all week long. And so I would flip through and find wherever they were playing a slasher movie. And so I would always watch the Friday the 13th movies. And at that time, it would be only like the first 4 movies were out, because I didn't see Friday the 13th when it first came out. I saw it years later, probably around 85 or 86 would be when I first saw the first Friday the 13th.
I think for me, the first time I saw this movie would have been on TV. And it's in the days where I had my own TV up in my room, and
Same.
and that's a fun time because, like, you know, there's less restrictions, a bit more freedom. Became like a big horror fan later, so it probably was a bit later than I tracked down some of the sequels, and you know, as you become a bit more nerdy, you get in the thing of, like, even if it wasn't a franchise which I particularly loved, I think I would be in that nerd sort of headspace of, I've got to watch all of them so that I can at least see them and then say what I think of them, kind of thing. So,
Yep.
one of the big horror franchises, and has stood the test of time, really, when it comes to the main character, the main killer of the franchise. So, what do you think of this first movie?
I think the twist is amazing, because that's something I never in a million years would have seen coming. I would say the one thing that, I mean, I think it stands out in everybody's brain at that time period of one of the biggest twists. Well, it's a let me say a reveal and a twist and a jump scare. Like there's so much, but also how it sets up the characters. Like you start the movie off with this one young lady. She's trying to hitchhike to Camp Crystal Lake,
Alice.
and she goes. Yeah, she's going. She's in a downtown
no,
area.
Annie. Sorry, Annie. Yeah, Alice is the main girl. Annie.
That's one thing I will say about Friday 13th. I never remember the characters' names for some reason. For that franchise, I can't remember. Maybe because they change. Well, no, because on Nightmare on Elm Street they change frequently. But I always remember Alex, Rod, Nancy, and Glenn. Yeah, I always remember them. I remember the kids from the third one. Although I think Jesse from part 2 should have been in part 3. I think he should have been in the hospital with those kids, but unfortunately we didn't get that. But there's something about Friday the 13th movies I don't remember the characters' names at all. I remember what they look like. I remember their personality traits. Don't remember them except for Shelley, because he's too annoying for you not to remember. Like, but yeah. So when I describe this, I'm not going to know any of the characters' names.
No, that's fine.
Homegirl is hitchhiking. She's trying to get there. She does stop into a little diner, and they're like, "You're going up to Camp Blood."
Yeah.
That was so funny when they said that to her, and then you got the crazy elder guy that's like,
Ralph,
"It's got a death curse."
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah,
he became kind of a horror trope, because so many other movies try to copy him. They're back in the 80s. I remember seeing multiple horror movies where they would have a crazy elder person tell you that you're in danger, and I think that they're all trying to copy Ralph.
Crazy Ralph. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a certain tradition with horror and that sort of character, someone who will warn you of like the threat. Definitely, because I think you're right. I think the characters don't stand out that much in this first one. I think as the movies go on, maybe they stand out a bit more. Like maybe they gave them a bit more to do, a bit more wacky sort of antics. I think they're fine. Like, I think Kevin Bacon's character's a bit bland. Like, he's a bit one note. I think because it's Kevin Bacon, he still has that sort of personality and edge to him, but the character itself is like very forgettable.
Yeah.
I think that's and maybe it's just a franchise where the killer's more memorable
Mm-hmm.
than. I mean, obviously he is, but there's other franchises where maybe the human characters are, for some people, stand out a bit more than the killer. But you know,
Well, one thing that I notice is when people have conversations about Final Girls, it's rare for them to mention one from Friday the 13th because I don't think that they're super memorable, with the exception of, I think her name was Tina in part 7, the girl that had the telekinesis.
telekinesis, right?
Yeah, I think that's the only one that really, really stands out to me. I mean, everyone has their own opinion. So I'm sure to some people, but when I see, like, when people do compilations of Final Girls, they almost never include one from Friday the 13th because I think there's something that's not um, expressed in how they kind of, I don't know, maybe they're I can't. What I'm trying to say is I don't know how to fix it. Like, I don't know what to say that would fix that in the franchise, um, to make there
Yeah,
be a final girl that stands out or final boy that stands out.
I think with this one, like, because Alice, I think she's pretty good, but yeah, like you're saying, she's not really a standout. Like, you don't come away, and it's almost like she just happened to be the one who was the
Yeah.
final girl. Whereas obviously Laurie Strode in Halloween, you follow
Hmm.
her all throughout the movie, and you get to know her, so it means a lot more when
So
she's in danger.
you just answered it for me. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. We don't get enough chance to follow the character and get to know them and grow fond of them enough to care what happens to them. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, and it's almost like with this, I think you have the certain tropes, the certain
Hmm.
character types, and I think she just so happens to be the most likable out of the bunch,
Hmm.
and that's probably why they chose her to be the final girl. Nerdy guy, the one who keeps doing pranks. He
Yeah.
at least he gets a little development later on in the movie because at
Hmm.
least he works together with Annie. With
Hmm.
sorry, Alice, I keep saying the wrong one, but that's part of the problem. But with
Hmm.
Alice, so he grows a little bit because I thought, yeah, this guy's starting to grate on me now, and
Yeah, I hated him when he had the bow and arrow. I was like, what a jerk.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's true. I think they did change that a bit in the sequels, but certainly
Hmm.
in this one, they just went for the most standard kind of characters. Like, they
Hmm.
wanted to keep it simple. And there's definitely, I agree with you, there is quite a big psycho influence on this, like the music
Hmm.
and the POV sort of shots as well. There's lots of POV shots.
Yes.
So I think I would say, yeah, it's a very solid, very basic early slasher movie. You know, it's a good introduction into this franchise without maybe, you know, it's not going to necessarily set your world on fire. Like, you're not going to, when people are listing off really great horror movies, they're maybe not. I think this one is just iconic because of
Hmm.
what it started, and it
And
was
also the
probably
ending. The reveal of who the
the
killer is,
ending.
that's iconic because no one would suspect that it is a older woman. No one would have suspected at that time. And then the iconic boat scene, like that's what makes this movie history. Even though, in my opinion, I kind of, when I go to rewatch these after knowing that, reveal, it's still fun to watch every time, but I find myself watching part 2 more than watching part 1
Sure.
on repeat. And I think it's because of that imposing presence that Jason brings when he
Yeah,
when he shows up.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. Number two is one of the best in the whole franchise, I think. But yeah,
Hmm.
I would definitely say a step up from this. And I think with this one, it's that thing of, because it's the first one, they obviously want to play around with,
Hmm.
they want to not reveal too much of, okay. And also because of the twist, maybe they
Yes.
figured it's going to get a bit silly when you see who it is if there's too much antics in the movie.
Hmm.
Because probably the middle of the movie, I think, dragged the most for me. Like, some of the setup at the start I thought was okay, and I quite like the way they tricked you into thinking that first girl is going to be in the movie more,
Yes.
like the main girl. They did quite a good job with that. But
And
yeah,
again, that's like Psycho.
yeah, it was probably the middle of the movie that dragged the most. And that's probably because I wasn't that into the characters, and that just felt like the padding a little bit before we
Mhm.
get to the big finale. The finale was very good. Like when they
Oh yeah.
start amping up, it was. I quite like the fighting back and forth between Alice and the
And Mrs. Voorhees.
Mrs. Voorhees, and
Hmm. And
yeah,
the acting of Betsy Palmer when the look in her eye when she's like, "Kill her, mommy, kill her."
yeah,
It's amazing. But from what I understand, she was a very respected actress. Like,
mm,
maybe the type of actress that would be considered for Oscars. So for her to do this was a huge surprise for people. It'd be like
yeah.
if we had a slasher movie today and the killer was revealed to be Meryl Streep. You'd be like, wow, that's the type of actress she was known to be.
She's great. I think she
Mm-hmm.
really went for it, and yeah, she was very menacing in the way she was delivering the line, and I just loved the mania of the character, how she
Mm-hmm.
was so caught up in her own world and headspace, then she was confusing Anis as like that camp guy from years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a very memorable scene. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about the absolute opening before. I think this happens before we see her going to the camp, with the two counselors upstairs, and you just see the POV of the person coming in, and the guy's like, "We weren't doing anything," and then
Yeah.
yeah, that shows you the stakes from the very beginning that this person is a
Yeah.
killer.
I like the stuff in that barn with them fighting back and forth, and
Mm-hmm.
that stuff gets quite physical. It's almost like the Psycho twist, but in reverse a little bit, because
Mm-hmm.
like the mother's still alive and she's the actual killer,
Absolutely.
and that's something everyone remembers now. So it has gone down as a memorable like sort of twist. You just read that as that character's it's in her head and that didn't happen, or do you read it as that actually happened?
No, I've always read it as that actually happened,
Yeah.
and that the way I connect it in my head is that when she's when she's in the canoe in the lake, and you hear this really soft, soothing music, uh, almost inspirational music, that she's survived the night and she's everything's going to be okay, and everything is warm, and has kind of not a I want to say a warm glow on how the actual footage looks as opposed to the scenes before it, and it lulls you into a sense of safety. And then when baby Jason jumps out of the lake and puts his arm around her neck, it's so shocking. My thought was that after that happened, she passes back out and Jason goes into the woods and he grows up and then he comes back in
Okay.
part two. That's how I rationalize it. But I think I might have read that the reason why Sean Cunningham put that as the ending is that he wanted an ending that would be as impactful as that ending of Carrie, when the girl goes to visit the grave and a hand comes up out of the grave and shocks her. He was very inspired by that, and he wanted to have something that was similar, a similar shocking
Okay.
jump scare ending.
Very memorable, and I
Hmm.
think it's okay to have that little gut punch and be like,
Yes.
did that really happen? Because I think that's what they were going for.
Hmm.
So
Especially when they have the cops say, "We didn't find any boy."
yeah. I tend to agree with you. I think it probably did happen. Like I didn't really think that much about it, but I think it probably did, because otherwise why put it in the movie?
Hmm.
But it definitely works either way. It works as okay, because of her experiences, she's traumatized, so it could be just
Hmm.
something that she imagined. So
To this day, I love to look for YouTube reactors that are watching Friday the 13th for the first time, and
Oh
see
yeah.
their reaction to that. It's so much fun,
Yeah. Sure.
especially younger reactors that might be younger Gen Z, because they only know Friday the 13th to be Jason Voorhees. So when they react to the first one, they're so surprised that the killer isn't Jason. And then they get a double whammy of a surprise of that last scene with the canoe, and it's a lot of fun to watch them react to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I think maybe I already knew before I saw the movie, I think, because
Mhm.
it is such a big part of pop culture and
Yes.
with horror fans. So I think I probably did already know.
Hmm.
But then, I mean, probably, maybe at one point I forgot as well. You know, you sort of have that, but I think I'd probably had heard. So, what do you think about some of the kills in the movie? Do any stand out for you, or?
And the first one, not so much.
Mm,
I mean, the standout kill for me is the final one with Betsy Palmer, because I like decapitation.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the one everyone remembers is the drill through the neck, the Kevin Bacon character. So that's
Mhm. Well, it's like an arrow. It's like an arrow from. Oh, I should mention that kill is
true.
redone from. There is an Italian movie that did that kill first. Oh, I'm trying to think of the name of it.
And I think
Um,
for at the time, yeah, that was seen as a pretty cool kill, quite effective. But apart from that, they're all quite basic. I quite like the stuff with the nerd guy being
mhm.
when she found him hung up on the dartboard. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not that many standout kills, which is something the franchise definitely improved upon because
Oh,
now
absolutely.
you go to it for the creative over the top kills and
A
they
Bay of
stand.
Blood. I
But
don't know
oh
why.
yeah,
I don't know
I
why I
know
could
the
not remember the name
title.
of it. It's a Bay of
Yeah,
Blood that kill was reused from.
nice. Yeah. So that's funny seeing all these different inferences than you. Because what year is that movie? A Bay.
1971. I had to go to,
Right.
because I have all these lists that I made on IMDb, and I went to my 1970s Giallo list, and it's, it's got like a Bay of Blood, don't torture a duckling,
Right.
you know that type of stuff. But yeah, that
Yeah.
was gonna bug me if I didn't get it. But yeah, that if you haven't seen A Bay of Blood, check it out. It has excellent kills for 1971,
Mm,
way ahead of its time.
right. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I mean, it's possible that was an inspiration or
Hmm.
be a coincidence, but yeah. So that kill stands out, but I
Hmm.
guess it's just that in the end, and the rest are pretty basic, and maybe because they were working around the budget as well. If the franchise goes on, Jason comes out of his shell more,
Yes.
and
Well,
know,
he used to run when he had the bag on his head. I remember him running, and
yeah,
then they slowed him down actually and made him a little bit more husky. I think his body type changed. Well, with Kane Hodder when he became Jason
mm,
Voorhees, he added a lot of character to him, because I think it's Kane that does that pause, and then that
yeah,
Jason does.
yeah.
I love that because it gives him character and personality.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. And I think people underestimate that because the
Hmm.
physical little touches and, maybe stuff where the actors just bring in that, like it's
Hmm.
not even in the script, and then it catches on and maybe they say, yeah, do
Yeah.
that again in the next movie. And
Not that any of the Jason actors are bad, because when I reviewed these, because I reviewed the whole series except for the remake. I haven't done the remake yet, but
okay.
I remember one of my reviews. I went through the different Jason actors, and all of them have been pretty solid. Like, I can't say there was any movie that was ruined by a Jason actor. I think they're all pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
They just have different characteristics.
People have their favorite versions of Jason.
Yes.
Um, And obviously, in this, there's not a lot to go on anyway. Like you barely see him, so in a
Hmm.
way, he's more of a plot device in this one.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and then because
Also,
this one, yeah,
I forgot to mention. it's also shocking to see how he looked.
Yeah.
Because when they show him drowning, it's shocking because when she's talking about her little boy, you picture like a child that doesn't have any disabilities. And then when they show him, it's like, oh my gosh, this child, probably should have had a nurse or something. Like they shouldn't have even been at this camp. Like, what are you doing? I feel like this is really wrong.
Yeah. And I think that's another thing I quite like about the twist and the way she's acting in the finale is it's that thing of inside her head she's doing the right thing, and inside her head it's like sees it as like an injustice all those years ago. So I think that adds something a little bit to it as well.
Should mention in the US, because I have the Camp Crystal Lake at the bottom of my shirt says counselor. But awesome. I was looking into Crystal Lakes because there's a lot of talk about where exactly is Crystal Lake. Friday the 13th was shot in New Jersey, but in America, when I Googled it, because I think it was part 3, they show a road sign of them driving, and the road sign that they're driving by is in Connecticut, where I grew up, and we do have a Crystal Lake there. And so I looked up, well, which Crystal Lake is it? Is it a one in Connecticut or one in New Jersey? When I looked it up, we have over 100 Crystal Lakes in America.
Oh, wow.
And I said, why would they keep letting people name all these lakes the same thing?
What would you rate this movie out of 10?
I hope I don't make anyone mad, but I'm going to say 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That's fine. I'll go 6.5 because, like I said, it is a very basic movie, very basic introduction to the franchise. It's perfectly watchable. There's bits that drag. There's certain character beats I do quite enjoy, even though the characters don't stand out that much. One or two good horror moments, and I do like the way things are set up at the start of the movie and quite an entertaining ending. But yeah, I think maybe we're being a bit modest in our scoring because we know there's better to come. Yeah, I think that's part of it. So,
and also I knocked off a few points for there not being a super memorable final girl, and for it kind of being made up of parts of other movies. It took the best parts of other movies and put them together and made something new and really cool.
Like some things where you say, okay, this is
groundbreaking. Like, this is the first time anyone's ever done this, that type of thing.
But yeah, with the Psycho stuff, I sort of see it as a loving pastiche, and so that's fine. And with the twist, they put a little bit of a spin on it, so I think that's fine also. But
oh yeah, I'm not when I make these observations, I don't want anyone to think that they're critiques. They're observations, not a negative. I'm not saying this in a negative. I think what they did was positive.
Yeah, I think mostly you can have a good time. I mean, it's sort of funny what people come into the movie like today would think, because when they come to it today and they've got maybe other movies to compare it to, then maybe they might think it's a bit.
I've noticed that. Even though like I said earlier, I love to watch the younger reactors watch it for the first time because they don't know the twist and they don't know who the original killer was. They do sometimes have a criticism of it not being gory enough because these are kids that have grown up with Terrifier.
Yeah.
So that's on another level. Seeing Terrifier 3, I'm going to quote my sister. She says, once you put a chainsaw up someone's ass, that's a hard act to follow.
People who were a bit like that with The Exorcist, like, this is nothing. This is tame.
Oh yeah, that I will never understand that. That movie still scares me to this day. People who say The Exorcist is not good, I don't understand you.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. That's my favorite horror movie. So I'm definitely with you. And
I think that's a perfect film. The Exorcist is a 10 out of 10 perfect film.
I agree. I love and I saw that 2 years ago in the cinema. That was reissued.
That is great.
It holds up. I mean, it's just as shocking and just as well done, and the whole music. So Yeah, I don't get that. I think sometimes people need to put themselves A, in the headspace of the time, and B, you just have to think about what the movie's doing and
Mm-hmm.
apply it to, like, imagine if that was happening to you or your
Yeah.
family sort of thing. Yeah, that would be freaky.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, before we go, I do have a couple other memorabilia to show you.
yeah, why not?
I got this really cool mask a few years ago. I just liked it because it looked so worn and old, but at the same time kind of gold. So it almost
That's
felt like it
really
was
cool.
a commemorative mask. And I remember I got this off of Wish for like $3.
Oh,
This is
nice.
back. It was 2020. We were all on lockdown. There wasn't much to do, so I ordered a $3 mask, and it came out pretty cool. I like it a lot.
That's
I have
awesome.
something here that my sister got me for Christmas one year, and it's a little lamp that has
Oh,
Jason
nice.
on it with his rock that was in the necklace that was given to him. And let me think, was it part 6? I believe he got this, and he got sank to the bottom. There's a really cool horror shop in Orlando. It's called Atomic Horror. I have a video on my channel about the shop, and has all these really cool like areas of the shop, but it also has a t-shirt shop. And in the t-shirt shop, I picked this one up, and
Nice.
it says Jason Voorhees, most likely to killer.
That's cool.
And
That's
that's,
cool. That looks good.
yeah, that was a really cool find.
Yeah.
Put that
So
there.
nice recommendation if you're in the. Did
If
you
you're in,
say Orlando,
yes, if
Florida?
you're in Orlando, Florida, check out Atomic Horror. It is a horror shop that has, different memorabilia, t-shirts, but it also has different areas for great photo ops. There is an area that is made to look like Crystal Lake, and there is Jason Voorhees standing in that area. And if you look in the background, you can see other things in the woods. One of the things you see in the woods is like you'll see like a character from Cabin in the Woods, or you'll see someone
Okay.
from Evil Dead in the woods. Just different people that
Uh,
are from whose movies take place in the woods. There's another area that is dedicated to Michael Myers, and
right.
he's kind of punching his way into this closet with the slats that the closet that Laurie hid in. There's
Mm-hmm.
an area with Terrifier. Elvira has her own corner. There
Nice.
is uh, a reel-to-reel recording playing in a part of the store that is the reel-to-reel from Evil Dead.
Oh,
The
that's
guy
cool.
reading, yeah, it's got lots of cool stuff. There's even on the ground, uh, um, it looks like a subway entrance, and it's a chud coming out of it. Like it's just a really cool store. Go to Horror Freak and you go to Horror Around Orlando. I have a whole video showing the inside of the store and the different cool things that are in
That's
there.
really cool. If you're watching this franchise for the first time, you can watch these reviews along, maybe. But what do you have a favorite from this franchise if you had to pick?
Yeah, that would be I would say probably 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say 4 because of the gore, because of the effects. It's hard because I go back and forth between 3 and 4 because I really like the 3D in part 3. I
Okay.
think it's fun. I mean, compared to current day 3D, it's very hokey, but back then it was just so fun to watch, especially the eyeball coming out. It was the yo-yo, all the
Yeah.
little things they were doing. Maybe I have nostalgia for it because I was a child when I saw it, and I really, really liked 3 and
Sure.
4. At one point when I was in 8th grade, I really loved 8, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
Because
yeah.
I rewatch it now and I'm like, why did I like this one? Is it just because I thought he was in New York, which he was in Vancouver? Again,
Mostly
it's Jason
Canada,
Takes
yeah.
Vancouver. Yeah, but
Wasn't it
Vancouver,
like one shot in Manhattan or something like that? I think
I
they did
think,
one shot. Or...
yeah, I think they did an establishing shot of Manhattan, but
yeah.
Vancouver looks very much like New York, so it's
Yeah.
to my eye, the only way you notice it is if you catch a glimpse of a license plate or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, but it would be a tie between 3 and 4.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Well, I'll see it because definitely when I get to the end, I'll do a ranking because I do
Mhm.
that with all these. So, yeah, but thank you. We will definitely have you on another one of these. This was
Oh, thank
fun.
you for having me on.
Yeah. And before we go, if you want to promote your channel. and
Oh,
what you
sure.
do?
At Horror Freak, you can type in Lady Shasha or at Horror Freak, and I should come up on YouTube. Right now, we are getting ready to, as I was talking to Keith earlier, we will be talking about Crystal Lake coming up. I'll be joining the Scream Queens to talk about that. And we are also going to cover the Carrie series that's coming out this fall. But
Nice.
before we do that, we will be doing a book review of Carrie, and also we'll be reviewing the previous movies that have, or adaptations of Carrie before we get to the Amazon series Carrie. In addition to that, I am bringing back What Did I Just Watch? Both my
Nice.
regular horror movie reviews, my double feature reviews, and my Sci-Fi Saturday. And I'm adding to that. I'm still deciding whether to put it on this channel or start a separate channel with this one, so please stay tuned for that. But I really have a soft spot for sword and sorcery movies, and
Okay.
I kind of feel like some of them really go into horror. Like Deathstalker is very much a horror sword and sorcery movie,
Yeah.
but not all of them are horror. So I don't know whether I want to put them on Horror Freak channel or whether I want to make it its own channel. Hopefully, bring back Horror Week, which is a news program that I've been doing, just updates on what's going on in the industry.
And yeah, it's fun that we're doing this because I think your Friday the 13th reviews was some of the early stuff I saw from you, like when I was just discovering your channel, and definitely some of the stuff I enjoyed the most of yours. So,
oh, thank you.
I think it comes across that you're a hardcore fan of this franchise. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks everyone. Definitely have Lady Shasha on for some Friday reviews. So that's cool. Let us know what you think of it in the comments below. What do you think of the original movie and of the franchise? And any thoughts you have, let us know. You can also hit the hype button, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can support me patreon.com/boardnow. You get some commentaries over there, some bonus clips. You'll get exclusive early access. There will be some stuff that's exclusive to that as well, and also become a channel member and you'll get some perks over there, some the same but also some different as well. And I do some special live streams for channel members as well. So, and any way you can support the channel, that's great. But free and easy ways is hitting the like button, letting us know what you think of the video or the film, and also the hype button. But I'll be back soon with more horror reviews and more from Friday the 13th. Thanks, everyone. Take care. And hopefully this review doesn't have a death curse. We'll see you later, guys. Take care. Bye.
Hello? Who's that? Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
1, 2, 3.
We weren't doing anything. We were just messing up.
4. 5. 6. 7.
Can I help you?
Friday, the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough. Friday, the 13th.